And you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hey, what's up, AfterBuzzers? I'm Angel Saunders with the Real Housewives of New Jersey After Show. And tonight, Season 10, Episode 15, we are talking secrets revealed. We've got bromances and bomb drops. Got my lovely panel with me, my girl Bree.
Hey, guys.
She's a Jersey girl herself. And Russell, who is always keeping it live up in here. Now, what did y'all think about tonight's episode? Let's get right into it.
I was super excited for this episode from the moment I started reading the tweets. I was already telling Russell, like, this is going to be a good one.
Yeah.
Let's just say I wore this shirt for a reason, okay? Because everybody on this cast just talks too much. They just need to keep their mouth shut.
Yes.
I don't know. This episode, I was excited about it. I feel like it gave us all the drama we needed, but it also had a lot of fun, too.
Mm-hmm.
It did.
Yeah.
Hella fun.
Yeah. So we started the episode off tonight. They were on a continuation of their trip to the Jersey Shore, which I was so excited about because, you know, they've done like the Hamptons and gone out of the country and stuff. But tonight they wanted to turn up some, and the Real Housewives of New Jersey took it to the Jersey Shore. They went to what Melissa said is her old stomping grounds, and she actually showed like pics of her as a toddler on the Jersey Shore, which was super cool to see, you know, that whole, I don't know, coming back around moment, we'll call it. I don't know.
Full circle moment. I got you.
Thank you. Vocabulary just left the building. But but they all had such a good time. They had the drinks flowing. Everybody was getting along. The guys were on this trip. We never get to see the guys that much.
Loved that.
Yeah.
I loved that. They were so much fun to watch.
Yeah.
And usually I don't even like Bill, but he got me tonight.
Bill stole the episode,
He
y'all.
did.
A hot
Tony the
mess.
Turk.
Okay.
Yeah, they made Bill an honorary Guido tonight.
Yes. That was everything.
Hey, Bill, sorry you're a mess tonight. Just for you, Andy.
I just love how they can always just come together. Like, the women cannot do that.
And I wonder why that is.
Because men just don't care.
Yeah.
But is it really because the men don't care, or is it because the producers don't care so much to get the men involved in the drama?
Well, I think just as men, you don't get involved with women problems.
No, really, like there's so many times when like the women on the show are fussing with each other and the men just sit there,
Yeah.
which we saw like later at the dinner, which I'm not gonna jump into that because we're still on the Jersey Shore talk, but the guys do such a good job of just kind of sitting there, and they only get involved, I guess, if they have to, if it gets physical or something, and then they'll step in. But I told you guys I was watching earlier today on Bravo. There was Season 1 was replaying, and the episode where Danielle brought the book out. Even what's her name? The other J.
Jackie.
Jackie. Her husband was like, "You're still welcome at our house," told that to Danielle. Even though his sisters didn't like Danielle, he's like, you know, you're still welcome at our house. So I think the guys since Season 1.
But look what that relationship is now.
That's different. I don't like that, because if it's my house and my husband is okay with someone that I'm beefing with coming into my sanctuary, that's when I'm like, okay,
but Jackie
on?
was okay with her at that point. It was the sisters. It was Dina and Caroline. Dina and Caroline did it.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a loyalty line.
That was crossed a little bit, but it just goes to show you that ever since Season 1, the guys have like been drama free.
I'm saying,
I just think that's a man thing.
if my sister set me up, this would be an issue.
Yeah, but like I said, the Jersey Shore was so much fun. It started off, everybody was having a good time. We did see some drama eventually because it wouldn't be an episode of Real Housewives if we didn't see
drama.
Exactly. But I mean, the activities that they did, the guys went fishing. Bill was an honorary Guido. Some of the girls went golfing, which to me was a little boring, but the other girls went parasailing. I would have done that.
I would have done the golfing.
Staying on the ground.
I would have done the golfing. I don't do water. I don't do height.
Wait, the guy on the boat was like, in case the boat sinks.
Don't have time for it.
Look, I would do parasailing as long as it's in the country And because we have regulations that you have to upkeep with the utensils and the tools and everything, and you have to make sure the straps aren't worn. But out of the country, no, let's just not do that.
That is a bit more of a risk.
Yeah. In America, we are the sue capital of the world. So if something goes wrong, you can sue somebody.
I mean, I will hope that the contraptions and I will hope that all of that is up to par. But my biggest thing would be sharks, like that, or jellyfish, like if your feet touch the water or something. But sharks can jump. I don't know if y'all watch like Shark Week. They jump. That would be my thing. But other than that, like I love the water, so I want to go parasailing.
I think all of the activities were perfectly fitting for everyone's personality. That golfing was definitely a Margaret, Jackie, Melissa thing to do.
I feel like Melissa would have gone parasailing.
She's a bore.
Oh.
I think she would have gone parasailing. She just wasn't feeling the other girls.
Yeah.
But
I think she thinks she's too cute to do like physical stuff like that.
Oh.
To be honest. That's just my personal.
I mean, she cute, so. But she can
I
still
mean,
have
I'm
fun.
cute, but I'll parasail.
Right.
Excuse me.
Yeah, tonight's episode was a lot of fun. Seeing them return to the Jersey Shore. I love the episode.
My favorite moment of the Jersey Shore was when Joe took Melissa to the side because they've been talking about having this baby and wanting a baby. And he said, you know, your kids are at a certain age now. He said your kids, by the way.
Dang.
Who's the pappy?
your kids are at a certain age and you have an amazing husband. Of course, he had to gloat on himself. But he told her to embrace her life in the way that it is right now because they might have not been at the Jersey Shore had they had a baby on the way or an infant.
That was a good point. You know, they do have kids already, so it's not like, you know, she didn't get to live that part of her life and be a mother. But he was like, you know, if we did have another kid, or if you had another kid, I don't remember his exact wording. He was like, if there was another kid, would you be at the Jersey Shore right now? Would you be turning up with your friends? Would you be having drinks? Like, enjoy your freedom. You've worked hard all your life. You know, you've done the motherhood thing with the little babies and raising them. And she's like, yeah, you know, even her sisters said the same thing, her mom and her sisters. But I'm just wondering if that's gonna turn around and be like
next season or maybe the reunion.
Or the reunion,
Yeah.
like if it's gonna be a shocker, because we've been hearing them talk about it so much, and we cannot forget her saying it herself, we're pregnant with a show.
Well, here's the thing, and this is why I keep saying Melissa's looking for a storyline, because she has been very boring this season.
She got a fork thrown at her.
I just think that it's so funny how she was so gung-ho for this baby. Like, I want a baby. And she's, like, super emotional. And then it just took one trip to the Jersey Shore to be like, F them kids. Like, what? A baby? Basically. Yeah. And I'm like, girl, were you really serious about it? I love the fact that Joe rides for her and he's with it. If she wants it, he's with it. I love the support. And I also love that he puts things into perspective sometimes, because clearly she needs it. But I'm still not convinced about this baby thing, to be honest.
Here's the thing. I wouldn't be against it for them having another child, but there is a 13-year gap between Melissa and her sister. And in today's time, that same margin is a completely different experience given social media. Because 13 years ago when she had Antonia, social media wasn't big. It was all about raising a child. Now, in today's times, I feel like you have a child more of as an accessory for your photos to show off, and no one really wants to raise a kid anymore.
Oh my gosh,
exactly.
I see
now they're in this whole new universe.
I see so many of these IG girls like on my Explore page, and they'll be like, even Kylie. I talk about the Kardashians every episode, y'all. But like they'll do like a pose where it's clearly all about their butt, but they're holding a baby. Like even Kylie don't even smile with Stormy in none of the pictures. It's like she might as well be a purse. Like she's really just there. And it's like I don't know, just like always see that.
And that's why I asked a couple episodes before, I asked you guys, like, is that a good reason to have a child? And y'all said,
so
well,
wear
they
matching
have the
outfits.
coins.
Well,
and
they
I'm
do
like,
have the money
but
to have
that's
it.
not what it's about. If you're just having a baby just to have a baby, you don't have no business having a child.
I think it also could be empty nest syndrome, like with all the kids getting older and
that's
stuff.
Still not
like
a good reason.
We'll get a puppy.
Right. You can get a pet.
I mean, a child's a big committal. A puppy,
huge
as soon
commitment.
as it gets to a year and you want to go on vacation, you could like kennel it for the weekend.
I mean, before a year.
Dog hotels. They have money. They can send their dog to a nice dog hotel.
Yeah.
They're not going to send their child to an infant hotel. This just
I mean,
doesn't work that
Italians
way.
have big families. Send about Teresa.
Look, no, oh, no.
Teresa's not gonna start all
let
over
me tell
again.
you, standing in Teresa's shoes, no. I have 6 nieces and nephews and 1 on the way, and I
Yeah.
do not want any one of them dropped off with me. Okay,
Right.
Because I am
Right.
living my
Teresa's
life,
trying to
not married,
Especially after
no
4
children.
kids.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, we might not love Melissa's baby talk, but we do love our viewers.
Yes, we do love all of our viewers. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in every single episode here at AfterBuzz TV and making us the ESPN of TV talk. We could not do it without you guys, so we have to ask you, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, tell us what you love about us, tell us what you might not like. I mean, there's very little not to like. You know, we know you love us. But
Go get it.
seriously, we really do love you guys, and thank you so much for being so loyal to us.
And give us 5 stars.
Yes, 5 stars.
High
Yes,
five.
we
No,
appreciate it. But I mean, that wasn't the only thing that happened at the Jersey Shore because, like we said, it cannot be anything Real Housewives if there's no drama. So the episode started off real cute. I mean, they were like winning games and stuff. They were drinking, just having a good old time. But then they went to dinner. And these girls can never get through a dinner. And I actually...
They had 1 this season, just 1.
Yeah, just one out the whole season. They go to dinner every episode, but multiple dinners. But I actually was watching the dinner like, oh my gosh, this was going so good up until this. Like, I really wanted them to like get through it because the trip was so nice. And then we had Jennifer and Margaret who got into it. And I don't know, I feel like Margaret kind of... Do y'all think she was sensitive a little
I think
bit?
Margaret's starting to look for reasons to kind of
just
lash
fuss with
out.
people.
Lash out
That's true.
at Jennifer. Jennifer does get on my nerves, but I think this was like extra. It was unnecessary.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Okay, so the argument at dinner was unnecessary, absolutely.
Right.
But Jennifer was also out of place when she made that statement.
In the
If you're
kitchen
not-
at the house.
Exactly. You're an outside perspective. She had never probably had to deal with things like that because she does have a husband who's well off. She has a family that's well off, even though they came to the country with little money, like she says, but they've ended up well off. So she's not had to worry about these kinds of things. When Margaret's going through lawsuits and Teresa's going through a single parent, you know, dealing with all these financial deficits, she was just really trying to connect with her on the fact that it's a hard time, but you'll get through it. We all get through it. But Jennifer really just kind of ruined that moment.
Yeah.
And Jennifer can in ways be very trashy in the way that she comes off with her mouth. So I think she was out of line there. But the fight at dinner was definitely unnecessary on both parties.
I agree with Margaret a little bit and also Dolores. I feel like Dolores is right in the fact that, yes, Jennifer says, like, the wrong thing, but she doesn't think that it's coming from, like, a
bad
wrong place. It's just Jennifer does not think before she spits things out of her mouth. And so I can understand why Margaret would be annoyed with her, but I think that Margaret takes it to the next level because Jennifer, we all seem to be on the same page with, she's not doing it to be malicious. It's just she doesn't know any better. That's just her personality. Yeah.
I think it's very much lack of experience.
Yeah, so
Yes,
Jennifer is just thinking she's saying something normal and it comes out wrong. But Margaret, on the other hand, when she took that shot that she did and said, what was it about Bill? You're only successful because you married a rich man.
No, that's the only success you have made in life is marrying a rich man, and you're lucky that he stays with you.
That was so mean. And then especially with Bill sitting right there.
But what's her name did say something about her parenting, so it's like everything was just like it just added up,
and I get
they were
that.
going tit for tat.
I get that, but Margaret also got so mad when Jennifer said something about her parenting. But it's like, you just said the girl doesn't work, and she's telling you, well, being, you know, a stay-at-home mom, and I'm not gonna call her a single mom by any means, but Bill does work a lot, so she's at home a lot with all those kids, and so, you know, that can be stressful or whatever, and we see how they be jumping around and stuff. So it's like, you, Margaret, don't want Jennifer to say anything about your parenting, but you're telling her she doesn't work when she's staying at home with these kids while her man is at work, but you're so mad at her.
I think the biggest problem with these two ladies is because they just can't seem to understand that they come from different lifestyles and accept that. That's the thing, because you can know that you live a different life from me. You are in a whole other lifestyle of traveling. I work from home, but we have an understanding that we are different and we accept our differences. And I wouldn't down your job, and you wouldn't down mine, and that's because we have a mutual respect for each other. Margaret and Jennifer don't have that, and that's where all of this is brewing from. They don't take the time to really communicate and understand each other on that level.
I think the big thing too is that Margaret comes from a broken marriage family as a child. You know, and a father abandonment, and she was raised but not raised by her mother. When Jennifer was surrounded by a family that was well connected, and the mom and dad worked together, and they worked well together.
Yeah,
even if it might have been
arranged.
Yeah.
We helping each other with vocabulary tonight.
Well, I didn't want to go there, but it's what it is.
I mean,
that's the culture. You gotta respect it.
Yeah.
I
do just want to say I don't appreciate Jennifer acting like the victim, and she made a comment, and she's like, "What's with this girl? Why is she always bullying me?" I'm like, Jennifer,
that part was a little funny, but I do think that Margaret was way more malicious than Jennifer was.
She was more
Margaret's
malicious.
has a sharp tongue.
Yeah, she does. She does.
You
and
know,
I think
the
they
girl
met each other's match, and that's why Jennifer feels like she's being bullied, and then Margaret just feels like Jennifer's ignorant. And I'm like, you guys
but
just
I think that Margaret should have a one-on-one with Jennifer and just be like, hey, you know, really, really think about what you say, because it's coming off offensive. Don't just say only successful thing you ever did was marrying a rich man. Like, Bill ain't do nothing, and he's sitting there like,
I feel like they kind of did that before.
I think the cure-all for every housewife feud.
Tequila.
Here we go. Oh, well, that too. But I've read that if two people are holding hands when they're conversing with each other, it tells the body to take off the defenses.
Like what Oprah does with people?
Yeah, why do you think Oprah connects so well with people?
Not lately.
And she's worth more. Oh, well, I mean.
Bree has left the chat.
Bree, come back over here. Where are you going? Oh. This is a conversation for another podcast. But if they were like, even if it was just like, let me just grab your hand.
It's the intimacy.
Like, I'm here with you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna start doing that when I talk to people.
I guarantee you it'll be a lot
just
less
grabbing people
of an explosive argument, because I'm an explosive arguer. So if I'm like, Bree, you be like, oh, stop touching me.
But like, you got 2 seconds. Show hands.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna do an experiment next week. I'll let y'all know how that goes.
Actually, we want you to put this in the comments. Would you prefer someone to touch your hands and have a conversation with you when you're about to argue, or do you want to stand back and get it your square up stance?
And if you find yourself in that situation within the week, let us know in the comments. Then we'll talk about it next week.
Send us a video.
Yeah.
We want to see how the fight goes down.
Yeah,
we do. That's true.
So we can share it.
I love this. But I mean, the dinner ended because the girls came in separate cars. The girls and guys came in separate cars. So eventually they had to split up. But hey, we need a little bit of drama. It was entertaining to watch, but I do wish that they would have gotten through it, because everything was just going so well until that. But
yeah, I wish they wouldn't have hit below the belt. Like, fight topically.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I guess we can see what the viewers had to say about it on Twitter, because they were watching it just like we were.
Yes, and let me tell you, a lot of people had mixed emotions about Jennifer. Some were team Jennifer, some were against her. So it was just a lot. The big kicker, though, was this thing with Teresa. This claim that Teresa did the hair pulling thing.
Yes. She encouraged it.
Yes. So at Amy, she said Teresa doesn't like to be called out on her ish. She starts throwing ish. But I see why Teresa was sticking with Danielle, because she was instigating the hair pull. Shame on them both. That shocked me.
Okay. It didn't shock me, and I'll tell you why.
You weren't shocked?
Because how many times has someone said something and you just kind of play into it as a joke, but not as a realistic thing that someone would actually act on. Like, do it.
I mean,
but I think that someone's not going to do it.
Yeah,
but you were
see
surprised. You weren't surprised that Teresa?
No, because it looked like Teresa was doing it from a fun aspect, not necessarily a malicious aspect.
A messy type of fun,
But
I was
Danielle's
shocked.
a messy person too.
I was shocked just because when Melissa and Danielle, and I'm sorry I have to say that I did skip ahead. We'll go back to that. We didn't talk about the Danielle and Margaret meeting up. Not Margaret, Melissa. But I will say that it did shock me because Danielle didn't even look Melissa in the eye when Melissa said, Teresa told you to do that. And Danielle was like, yeah. Like, she kind of like looked away. So I was like,
away.
But that's what I was like.
She knows she messed up by telling the truth.
That must have been when it was, because I was like, she lying. She can't even look her in the eye. Like, if I'm telling you the truth, I'm going to be like, yes, she told me, you know?
Well, the producers had all the receipts.
And I'm going to say, Teresa told me to pull her hair.
Yeah.
But I really feel that Teresa was doing it more like in a kidding type of way.
But that's not the type of place to kid.
Danielle
because emotions are still high.
It's the wrong setting.
Yeah,
Emotions
are still high. You know this girl is mad. You know they just got into it. You're going to be like, yeah, do it. Yeah. Especially when that's supposed to be your friend.
Exactly.
Well,
like, that's messed up.
And I'm not defending Teresa by any means, but Teresa was laughing. And Danielle was laughing.
That makes it more nasty.
It does, but if you look at it in a different perspective,
I see both sides, but it still was messed up.
Because I see it from the side of being malicious and very ugly thing to do, but if you look at it from the other side, it could have been two friends like really
I get that.
Just like do it. Like, no, I'm not gonna do it.
Do it.
Like,
okay, I'm gonna do it.
Okay, I'm gonna do it. And then you walk by like, I'm not gonna do it. You know, that's how I saw it when Teresa said it.
I wonder if more stuff was edited out because Teresa acted real shocked to say she was egging it on, whether she was joking or not.
Teresa was shocked in the preview?
No, like shocked when it all went down, when Danielle actually pulled her hair and they're trying to break them up. Like, Teresa's like, oh my God. And even when they were in the Hamptons, Danielle, why do I get their names wrong? Margaret, when they were in the Hamptons, Margaret was like, Teresa, do you ever tell her don't do these things? Rewind. Nope. Teresa says, do it.
Right. And that's why, because she couldn't defend herself because she knew she was wrong. But we got to get through these tweets.
Back to the shadiness.
Okay. So, at Melissa Gorga is a hypocrite and tired. Bye.
How though?
Short, sweet, and to the point. She's boring.
Well,
she's been boring.
But how's she a hypocrite?
Dolores, how about you stop giving people passes and check a bitch again? Find that inner correction officer and tell Jen about her damn self.
Right.
I like the inner correction officer part.
She makes a lot of excuses. I thought Danielle was lying when she told Melissa that Teresa encouraged her to pull Margaret's hair, but Bravo pulled out the receipts to show it is true.
Same thing I said.
And subtitles.
No, same thing I said. I thought she was lying because she didn't make that eye contact.
Do It was on that subtitle about like 8 times.
Yeah.
At least.
Marge versus Danielle, Marge versus Marty, Marge versus Teresa, Marge versus Jen. I'm sensing a pattern.
Yeah, she angry.
Come on, B-Fan 24563.
I hate you for reading it that fast.
Right? I would have stuttered it.
Was not about to try that. Okay. At Katie Ryan 4 says, I was getting total Carolyn Manzo vibes as Melissa Gorga had her meeting with Danielle.
Yes.
Melissa stepping up for the family and group. Interesting to see how this has switched around. I really like it, to be honest. Always been a Melissa fan. Well, I mean, she wasn't doing anything else. She she had a lot of time on her hands, so it's like, why not send her out there?
The shade.
At Jenny.
You
Jennifer,
read it, Russell.
At Jennifer, at Jenny, with an E, 3866042.
Oh, wow.
That's the correction officer
How do
number.
you do that? Okay. Jennifer is no different than the mean girls her daughter has to deal with.
Yes, she is. Because Jennifer don't know what she be doing.
Children don't know what they're doing either.
That's what I'm saying. That's the same.
All right, well, y'all prove me wrong.
Oh, God. Okay. At C Dive 143.
Sorry, y'all. This Wait, this is exactly how we are before the cameras start rolling.
All right, let me finish this. Okay.
Okay.
Really enjoyed the guys tonight. Bill is a fun drunk, and bet he and Jennifer have a lot of fun together that we don't see. I believe all the women go too far or are extra sensitive a lot, but Jen is funny. Please, more Tony the Turk and Jen's humor.
Exactly. I'm a Jennifer fan.
All right.
And that was from CD Live 143.
So before we go on to news and gossip, I do want to say that I skipped ahead a little bit, and we skipped the meeting of Danielle and Jennifer, but we kind of touched on it anyways with the tweets, so
Danielle
you can
Melissa.
go ahead. Huh?
Danielle and Melissa.
You said Danielle and...
Jennifer.
Oh, Danielle. I don't know what it is with me tonight.
Danielle
in
and
these names.
Margaret what? I mean...
Wait, something's
Melissa.
wrong with us clearly.
Danielle,
The
Melissa,
meeting
sit down
between...
meeting.
Yes,
Okay.
that is what I was talking about, but we already touched on that with the tweets, so let's go to news and gossip.
AfterBuzz TV News.
And now it's time for your Jersey news.
Edited by Russell.
Yes.
He's so excited to
With
be
Russell
back.
Ray. Okay, so Dolores Catania will be moving to New York City. She has purchased an apartment in the financial district for the summer, but this is because Frankie is going to be there for an internship at Oppenheimer Co. Inc. So she's deciding to have a girls' summer out there. She's gonna have everybody at the rooftop.
A hot girl summer.
Hot girl summer. She said here's what she said. I'm not single. I'm not engaged. I'm not married.
What is she?
You're stagnant.
What is
So
she?
she's in limbo.
Stagnant.
But
She's in limbo.
The picture that we have on the screen right now is actually Joe Gorga posted a phony flip photo, but it was flopped when the owner Kaylee Svensson called him out and asked him to remove her home from his Instagram. Joe has since apologized and stated it was a mistake and told Page Six that he was involved in the after of Svensson's house, since people overreact because he's a celebrity when he comes in to do these projects.
Wait.
Do you guys think he's lying? Do you think he's telling the
I don't
truth?
think he has a reason to lie, but I can see him exaggerating because Joe is a big personality.
Wait, so what exactly did he do? Was he saying that he
Supposedly-
did the entire thing and he only did a few touch-ups?
Supposedly, he flipped the house. He added a second story, but the picture shows that it looks nothing like the prior photo because there's a whole second house in between the doorway and the garage from the first photo. And he's being called out for being a liar. He did remove it. I reached out to Svensson, have not heard any feedback from
But
her, but
I'm
she
still
was on Good Morning
confused.
America and spoke
They're
about
saying
it.
that they're two different houses.
They're two different homes,
Okay.
but Joe's claiming that he flipped it and he turned it to a $1.5 million mansion. And in that area of the country, it's considered a lot of money from
But
where they're living.
how was it a mistake? Did he just find a random picture and be like, hey, y'all, I did this? Like,
That's the question. He told Page Six that it was an honest mistake and he had to do with the aftermath, but I don't think he built a whole house
No.
condo in between a doorway and a garage. Just saying. Joe, we love you, but hey.
Did he cut down the trees behind it too?
like how hands-on was he to not know, oh, yeah, I didn't do that house? I don't understand how this was a mistake. But
I mean, people do have assistants, but I think that's way different margins. In other news, though, Joe Gorga also did his first stand-up comedy. And it was last night. He has a tour. It's called Make America Italian Again. I didn't see any videos from the stand-up, but Melissa was in house supporting her husband. There was a lot of people there that were fans of them, and they were really excited that he was there. I can see him playing this role very well just because he's very likable. I don't know if he's a comedian and this is going to be a career for him, but I definitely think he could have 1 to 5 nights of fun and then call it a night and say that he did it for once in his
said
life.
one night. Like, he's funny on the show, but like for a whole stand-up thing, like,
was that it?
No, we still have more. So
okay.
Joe Giudice actually landed a job in Italy. He's back
good.
in construction. He's posted a video on his Instagram. You guys can go to Joe Giudice on his Instagram and you can see his work that he's been doing. And lastly, Margaret Josephs has gotten veneers. I have the before and after picture.
Did she need them?
She
I
has
mean,
the
it looks
temporaries
better.
in as of now. As we found out last episode, Dolores has had work done. Her and Reza from Stars of Sunset went to the same dentist. And we actually spotted where Dolores exactly had work done, but we're not going to shade her because we love her. And she's a correction officer. She might beat me up. And that is all of your Jersey Housewife news that I have today.
Real quick, I want to do a throwback because I forgot
Yes.
this throwback when Joe was drunk. Shout out to Bravo for capturing this beautiful moment. Please.
break the fall. He just tipped over.
And he picked up the lime. I'm sorry.
The lime.
This will forever be funny. Every time they get drunk, I'm playing this video. You're welcome.
Just listen to his sound.
It's probably how he felt when he posted that picture.
Oh,
That's amazing. I mean, between him and Bill tonight, I just love to see them turned up. Like I said, I'm so happy that they went to the Jersey Shore because they really like let loose and had fun. Maybe, well, the girls, they do get drunk, so it was fun to see the guys this time around.
Mm-hmm.
I like the mess. I like the mess in the men because it just shows the adolescent mind of an adult male that just takes it back to their 16 years old, but then just turning 21 for the first time. It's wild.
Yeah. Well, that's where's my words? That's all we have for tonight.
Predictions.
And just like Joe, we're gonna
before
slip
we
right into
leave,
predictions.
we are gonna go ahead into predictions. Sorry.
Your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Ladies first.
Okay, my prediction is that Teresa is going to make a huge stink about this whole thing with Danielle.
Ooh.
I think she's going to leave the Jersey Shore altogether. She's going to be super mad. She's going to go back home. She's not going to talk to any of the girls for a long time because she needs to get her stuff together. And I know I would really love to see the moment she talks to Danielle about it.
Yeah, okay. I hope that she does talk to Danielle because we've been seeing it all season long, the lead up, even like when Teresa and Joe were shopping for the home furniture for her pool area or something like that. And Joe was like even saying, you know, Danielle is bad news. Like, what are you doing hanging out with this girl? Like, everyone's been warning her. And finally, we see it on the last episode that Danielle told her business. Teresa's mad. She's throwing cups. I'm like, what did Dolores do? Dolores got a cup thrown at her. So yeah.
What's your prediction?
My prediction is I can't wait to see Teresa just go off. That's it.
I think the namaste is gonna go away, and we're gonna get the table flipping prostitution whore Teresa back.
Yes.
And I think Melissa's gonna pop off, and it's gonna be 2 against 1. It's gonna be Melissa and Teresa and Danielle, and there's gonna be a table because you remember
It's gonna be a table.
Teresa did that hummus dip commercial with Caroline. I think this is all playing its part, and I think Teresa is gonna throw another table. Danielle, she's coming for you. So bye.
I think all the girls gonna throw tables on this next episode. So
Can
we'll
we flip
see.
this table? Wow.
Russell.
And with that being said, I know Kevin and Maria pay a lot for this, and they wouldn't let me come back if I did.
Right. With that being said, we're gonna leave the table here, and we will see you guys next week. But until next time, you can find us on social media. I'm on Instagram at Angel Saunders.
I'm on Instagram and Twitter at IamB_Chianne, CHIANNE.
And I'm all over the internet at Russell Ray Silva.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Bye.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.